It is 1:31 and we are going to get started. If you just arrived to the meeting right now, you are on mute and you cannot unmute yourself until the end of the presentation. So if you have a question, best thing you can do, click on the chat box and type the question. After the presentation, I'll read through the questions and we'll cover that. So the first thing I want to tell you, and thank you so much for joining me, is that I want this that we're doing today, I want this to be a regular thing, okay? I want us to separate half an hour every Monday, and for now I'm scheduling at 1:30 p.m., but maybe we change the time if it doesn't work for everybody. But I would like us to separate half an hour every Monday to talk about listings, because that's where it is. Listings, listings, listings. If you have a listings, buyers will come to you. Rentals, we do rentals because those rentals may create a potential for a connection, someone who in the future is going to list a property. Everything is about around listings. And we get so busy, we get so swamped, so buried under stuff, so overwhelmed, that sometimes it's easy to get distracted and forget that we should be investing a very substantial amount of the time that we have every day for work on just working on getting listings, yes? On getting listings with the potential sellers that we're talking to right now, on connecting with the sellers that we dealt with in the past, on checking our past buyers. Maybe our past buyers right now they're thinking about selling, etc., etc. So because this is so important, we were chit-chatting with Carol about different ideas, and we agreed that maybe we should do something regular. Every week we'll spend half an hour talking about listings, and this means that I'm going to throw a lot of stuff at you. This is not going to be like a regular training presentation in which I'm focused on one system, one thing, and I go through a whole bunch of stuff on that one particular thing. On this listing conversations, I'm going to talk about a lot of stuff, yes? So this is the first one that we're going to have. Bear with me, be patient, because we're going to be talking about a lot of different things, right? So in the first one, I want to talk about how to break the ice and send something to a seller that you have not talked to before, and how to try to get the seller to get to your buy-side website and check the value of their home so you can know that they have gone to the website. You're not asking them to pick up the phone and call you. You're not asking them to send you an email. You just tell them, hey, blah, blah, blah about me, and I'm going to show you what the blah, blah is. And also, if you're curious about the valuation of your home, here's a link that you can type on your browser and go to. So the first thing that we are going to do is we're going to go to the marketing resource. So I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to do this super fast because all of you know how to do this. And if you don't panic. I do have the recorded webinars on how to navigate marketing resource, how to design marketing resource materials like flyers and e-cards and whatnot, and how to work with your contacts. All of that is already uploaded on my YouTube channel, right? So if you haven't worked with marketing resource before, don't panic, everything is available. So I'm gonna share that screen and I'm gonna go to my browser. And I'm gonna go to, I'm sorry, I have to resize the screen so I don't click the Zoom controls every time I do something. There we go. So we're gonna go to marketing resource. I am logged in on marketing resource. So we're gonna do two things on marketing resource, two. The first one is we are going to copy the link to our home valuation website. In order to do that, the first step is to go to Buyer Match. On Buyer Match, you're not gonna see all this stuff, you're gonna see more like this. On Buyer Match, just click where it says Home Valuation Website. And then super easy, click where it says Preview My Website. Just click where it says Preview My Website. And here comes the super, super complicated task that I'm going to ask you to do. I want you to highlight the address for that website, highlight it and copy. Highlight that and copy, right? You can just keep it copied, or you can open like a notepad and paste it, or you can paste it in Word and whatnot. It's just basically what I want you to do is go to marketing resource, click where it says buyer match, click where it says preview my site, and copy the address for your website. Once you're done with that, you're done with buy match for this particular task. So now I want you to go back to the resource center and click on marketing resource. Click on marketing resource. On marketing resource, I want you to click on library. You guys are gonna hate, I'm always sending you to the library because I'm a book nerd. And on the library, you're gonna stay on the master library, and on type, choose flyer, because I want to print this. Choose flyer, and then up here where it says search, I want you to type, and make a note of this, I want you to type top reasons. With a bit of luck, you actually can type well, not like me that I type horribly. Top reasons, and I think if I just type top reasons, it's gonna come up. Look at that, on the first try. Am I good or what? So, do you see this flyer right here? One version is for a team. So if you're working with a teammate, this will be perfect because you can put 2 pictures, 2 contact informations. Or if you're working by yourself, just choose the one that says single. Yes? And click on that. Click where it says get started. Give it a name. I'm gonna call it my happy farm. And now we're cooking. So I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna do. This is a flyer, it's a very attractive flyer, but it's fully customizable. So the whole idea of this flyer is saying, hey, listen, this is a whole list of reasons why it's a good idea to list with me. So you can use it as it is, don't change anything at all, or you can change every single word on this. For example, I'm gonna give you an example. This is a list of advantages that a seller will always have when listing with Berkshire Hathaway. But let's imagine that, for example, you speak 4 languages. Well, maybe you want to add that. We are in South Florida. In South Florida, we speak something like, what, 600 different languages? So if you speak, for example, Croatian, and you speak Mandarin Chinese, and you speak Portuguese, you may want to add that to the list. So what do? Well, you just click whatever you want, and you can add an item. Yes? For example, I speak 57 languages. That's a lie, guys, I don't. Yeah? Polyglot. See what I mean? So you can customize this as much or as little as you want. Yes? Once you're done with this, I want you to go to the bottom of it because you still have room. And I would like you to add this. And now you're gonna see why I ask you first to copy that link from Buyer Match. You're going to type something like, and I say something like, you have your own voice, you have your own way to express yourself, you have some words that you use, some words that you don't. So you're gonna type this in your own style, but basically your message is going to be something like, for a free home value estimate, just copy and paste this link on your browser. Why am I typing all this? Because this is going to be a paper flyer that you're going to mail, right? So you can tell them just click on this because it's paper. And then below that, you just paste the link from buyer side. So you can customize the font, change the color. You can customize the size. If you participated on my design class, you already know this. If you didn't, now I'm showing you how to do it. See? That's it. Simple as that. Once you are done with this, I want you to take note of this little detail. Whether you participated on my class or not, I want you to remember this detail, which is important. In order to print a flyer from Marketing Resource, you do not click on the printer icon. I know it's counterintuitive, but you do not click on the printer icon. The printer icon is going to take you to Express Docs, where you can order a large quantity of materials printed. But if you just want to print, let's say 50, 100, 200 of these, all you do is click on this icon right here. Some of you may know that this icon is the icon for Adobe Acrobat, Adobe Reader. So this is going to turn the flyer into a high quality print-ready PDF. Yes? So you click on the Adobe icon. It's going to take maybe 30 seconds. And it's going to create the flyer for you. So you're going to download the flyer somewhere. I don't know if you're seeing the dialogue right now. I don't know if it's sharing the dialogue, but if it's not sharing the dialogue, it's just the regular, hey, save this in your computer somewhere. And I am going to open the flyer and show you the final product. I'm going to open that and I'm going to share the flyer screen now. There you go. So now I'm sharing the flyer screen and see? That's the nonsense that I typed in there. And at the bottom, the link, yes? And now that I have the PDF, I can print this, yes? So now that we have a flyer, yes, a flyer that I customize as much or as little as I wanted, a flyer in which I cleverly added the buy much link, somebody is going to be curious, and somebody's going to be curious, and also they are going to be comfortable because you're not telling them, hey, give me a call or send me a text message or send me an email. You're just giving them a website that they can go to the website, right? And check something without having to pick up the phone. And a lot of people feels more comfortable that way. Of course, your contact information is there, am I right? Somebody wants to call, yeah, your phone number is going to be there, your email address is going to be there, your website is going to be there, but what matters is that you have added a link of value. They can go and check the value of the property without having to engage you directly. If somebody's reluctant to make a phone call, you have that. That's pretty clever. So now what we're going to do is, how do you decide who you're going to mail this to? Well, you need to have a farm area. And what happens if, Justin, I don't have a farm area. I don't have any farm area. I just say, you know, I have some business from people that I know, but I don't have a farm area. Well, that's not a problem at all because you have the tools to do that. So what we're going to do right now is I am going to share my screen for my browser. If Zoom allows me. Please, Zoom, be good. Please, Zoom, be nice to me. There you go. Thank you, Zoom. And now I'm going to go to the MLS. And on the MLS, I'm just going to go straight to IMAP. Straight to IMAP. We did an IMAP class a week or 2 weeks ago. I can't remember. It was pretty cool. If you missed the class, guess what? It is already uploaded on my YouTube channel. So if you want to see the YouTube class that covers only how to farm an IMAP, that's it. Now I'm just going to show you very, very quick how to pull a farm, yes, from IMAP. So I'm going to pick Palm Beach County. That's where I am right now. And let's say that I am interested in a particular subdivision. So in subdivision, I'm doing this randomly, okay? I'm just gonna pick a subdivision that begins with the letter, C. And then once I do that, I'm just gonna pick one subdivision. Guys, I have no idea what I'm doing, so I'm gonna pick something randomly. So whatever, let's say Capella 2, that sounds nice. So in Capella 2, let's see what I get. Hey, I got lucky. This is a subdivision that has 255 properties. 255 properties. And look at the sale price, $690,000 in 2015, $800,000 in 2017, $650,000 in 2018. That sounds pretty good, right? So let's imagine that actually I live in Capella and I want to reach out to my neighbors. I already have a farm. How long did it take me to pull that farm in IMAP? This was about 5 seconds from the moment that I logged in, right? If this was a real situation and I really knew the name of the subdivision, it's just as quick as that. I picked one randomly. This was a good pick, 255. Now, do I want to refine that? Sure, no problem. I can go to refine the search and I can tell it, okay, show me the sale date of this property. I want it to be less than or equal to, and let's do something like, okay, I want June 8th, 2015. I don't want to send a letter to someone who has purchased their home less than 5 years ago, because they are less likely to sell. Doesn't mean that they're not going to sell, but it's less likely to sell. So once I did that, right? Well, let's see how we go. We had 255 results before. See how many results we have now. Now I have 148, right? It's 107 results that I removed from my farm because those 107 homeowners are less likely to list because they just bought the property about 5 years ago. So when I have 148 homeowners in the same subdivision, it's a very nice subdivision, yes? And now I can send 148 envelopes with the flyer that I created with all my information, listing everything that I want to list or just using the default text on that flyer, but adding at the bottom of the flyer the link to buy side. So when someone is curious about the property, the value of the property, they can go to my website and they can see three estimates of value. So now, let's see what happens when someone goes to buy side. Let's see that Teresa here wants to go to buy side. See what happens. So I am going to open my buy side website just like Teresa would if she typed the address that I placed on my flyer at the bottom. Marketing suite. There you go. Preview my website. So now I am Teresa, the homeowner, and I am entering my home address. And BuySide finds it instantly. Again, you're looking at the world through the eyes of Teresa right now, the homeowner. And Teresa will see a fancy satellite picture and 3 different values, 3 different estimates. Why Zillow first? Well, first because we love Zillow very, very much and very tenderly with all our hearts. But besides that, Zillow happens to be the most popular real estate website for consumers. So once they see Zillow, the consumer feels at ease because they're familiar with Zillow. Public data, this information actually comes from RPR, is pretty good. It tends to be substantially more accurate than Zillow. Did I just say that Zillow is not accurate? I'm so sorry, Zillow. And ePraisal, a pretty good website too. They also tend to be more accurate than Zillow. So this is what the potential seller is going to see. Now, if the seller wants to claim, yeah, I am the owner of this property, because they want to use the slider to adjust the value of the property, all they have to do is to click on I am the owner and verify with Facebook. And it's not as scary as it sounds. You know, when you're using an app and it tells you instead of creating an account, just verify with Facebook, which is about 2 clicks. That's all it takes. So they click on that. Facebook is going to say, hey, you want to allow this application to verify? Yes, that's it. They're done. On the other side of things, on your end of things, on the agent side of things, what's going to happen is that you are going to get an email telling you, hey, Teresa just checked the value of her property. Also, she verified that she's the owner, so here's the link to her social media. So you can go to Facebook, maybe add her as a friend, but also you can now move to the second step. If Teresa was verifying the value, checking the value of her property on buy side, maybe it is time for you to send her something else. If you happen to have the phone number for Teresa, maybe you can give her a call. But how do you determine if you can give her a call, right? Okay, so let's move there. We're gonna go back to IMAP. And let me see, Teresa does not have a phone number listed in here. So you don't have the phone number. But if Teresa had a phone number listed on tax records, you want to check before you call her that she's not on the do not call list. Because you can call Teresa only after you have some sort of a business relationship with her. So if you happen to have the phone number for Teresa, in this case we don't have it, but let's imagine that we do, you're gonna go to our intranet. So you're gonna go to Florida Realty Intranet, floridarealtyintranet.com. Your user ID is Florida Realty, all one word. Florida Realty, all one word. And your password is the number for your office, is 4 digits. The number for my office in Delray is 7525. If you do not know the number for your office, you can use the number for my office. I'm not gonna tell anybody, it's gonna be our secret. So once you are on the intranet and you have Teresa's phone number, I want you to click where it says Florida Do Not Call List, click on Search Numbers, and then you enter the number. So let's imagine that Teresa's numbers is this number that I have in there, already saved. Search. And Teresa's then the Do Not Call List. So calling her on the phone before you establish a business relationship is off the table. You cannot do that. So you're gonna find another way. Another way is up to you. You have your own style of doing things. Are you gonna send her, for example, an RPR report, a seller's report, something super attractive with a lot of information? Are you going to send her a listing presentation, a customized listing presentation that you created yourself? Are you gonna send her another letter, maybe a postcard with a handwritten note? Are you gonna drive and knock on the door with some candy? It's completely up to you. But now you know that Teresa has responded to your farming campaign and that she's at the very least curious, yes? And in so many cases, that's all we need. So I'm gonna stop the share and I'm gonna open the floor for questions and chit chat because we have only about 5 minutes left. So everybody now is in unmute. Sometimes when I do this, there's a lot of noise. Don't worry, imagine that we are all sitting around the table and we're chit-chatting. That's always really loud. So everybody's on unmute now. Do we have any questions on the table?
Oh, you gotta unmute. He's telling you unmute or else. Unmute or mute.
You guys are, everybody's on unmute right now unless you muted yourself. But everybody's on unmute. Hi, Jerry.
You do, Lex.
Okay, so let me see if I have any questions on the chat box.
Yeah, I do.
Yes, this is a very good question from Renee. And Renee says, hey, should be saying copy and paste if this is a mail hard copy. You can, because you could say just copy this and then, or type it on your browser. I will use copy and paste just because it's the concept. But yes, you're right. This is a mail hard copy. So you could express it in a different way completely. Like, hey, if you type this address on your browser, it's going to take you to a free home valuation site. But yeah, that's a very good question. Very good question. I have no other questions on the chat box. So I'm going to ask you to do something. Today, I gave you this was a blitz through a lot of different things, right? I took you to the resource center for buy side. I had you copying that address on buy side. Then I had you going to marketing resource, finding a particular flyer, which is called Top Reasons to List with Me. Then I had you editing the flyer, creating the PDF for the flyer, printing the flyer, yes? Then I send you to IMAP to create a farm. We refine the farm, and then we saw what would the home seller
Same
see
one?
if they actually do the buy side thing. So do it, and do it right now, because it's a lot of stuff. Even if you're not planning to mail this campaign right now, I want you to do it as if your intention was to mail this tomorrow morning. Do it right now. Farming is where it's at. Listings is where it's at. That's everything in our business. Is the core of our business is listings, listings, listings. Once you have a listing, you are creating a micro farm around the particular area. Once you have a listing, you have the potential of connecting with everybody that the home seller knows. Once you have a listing, probably you can get a buyer too, which is a very happy scenario, isn't it? So listings, listings, listings. We are going to do another session like this Monday, but we're going to cover different things, different tools, different ideas, and we're going to keep it going. We're going to go about 3 per month, and we take 1 Monday off, and then again next month another 3. So any other questions before I let you go?